Hello, and welcome to an Unhinged guide to Ateez Part 3.5. This is a bonus video covering the Japanese releases. I've been going back and forth on talking about these videos for a while now because it's hard to pinpoint where they could be in lore. So for this video, I'll cover 5 videos that I think can be connected, but I don't know, I might not go as crazy as I usually. Mainly because I'm scared this video might get sniped. If you've seen my other Tiny Ateez video, you'd get it. So, without further ado, the music video is performance-based, so I will just be talking about the lyrics and one scene really. Muang is shown with an odd blue eye. He's showing up to Club Icarus tomorrow. He has red hair though, showing that he, or in this case, the group, is having mixed feelings. In general, the song is about having the strength to move forward. Ateez are opening the doors of darkness and walking through to find what could be on the other side. They're diving into the eye of the storm, head first. Yes, we're moving on, I can't be caught. Not again. More details on everything will be at the end, okay, just trust me. The video starts and at first it feels just like a Rocky repeat, but no. They're stronger, faster, something. They've evolved. Or trying to. They're also seen competing against each other in archery and fencing. But soon, they realize their true competition, themselves. They put on a fencing helmet with the anarchy symbol on it and defeat themselves. I also noticed they have little triangles behind their ears, but I couldn't really pinpoint what they could mean, so if you do, let me know. Okay, this will be the meat of the video. When this first came out is when I was first oh, are the Japanese music videos getting more into lore? Cause let's be honest, all the videos before this one, if this was an anime it would be filler. Not okay features all of the boys going through their personal trauma. As in the ones that were first introduced in the Fever series and have been sprinkled throughout future releases since then. Fun. In the beloved diary film that I wish gets a sequel every comeback, Hongjin's trauma was revealed to be tied to his family, who he hasn't seen for a while. He fears being alone, which is why he holds onto his friends so intensely. Here, Hongjun has a phone attached to his hand with the words alone, mother, loneliness, behind, missing, family, afraid. Hongjun's mother has not been mentioned specifically in the diary entries, so it's interesting why that's a point of fear for him. Sunghwa and Yeosang are paired together for their scenes. Sunghwa adhered himself to a strict regimen. Yeosang did everything his parents told him to. Sunghwa and Yeosang's fear is the same in its purest level, the fear of imperfection. Sunghwa needed to do everything by the book in his head in order to succeed. Yeosang didn't want to let his parents down. They were both trapped, Sunghwa's self-inflicted, Yeosang's by his parents. We see Yeosang and Sunghwa playing Go against each other. The objective of Go is to basically cover the board with your pieces. On WikiHow it explained it as imagining 2 people on an island trying to get the most land, which I thought was funny. Then I read that when you surround your opponent's piece, it's considered captured, and the piece is called a prisoner. Which wasn't funny. We see that Sunghwa is using the black pieces, while Yeosang is using the white. We see Sunghwa's pieces surrounded by a single Yeosang piece. As Sunghwa puts down the last piece that would imprison Yeosang's piece, we see a quick scene of a bird flapping in a cage before Yeosang shuts his eyes. Yuno's brother died in his arms, moving on. Just kidding. Yuno's brother gets in a car crash, and he's shaken up by this. When he was maybe slightly healing from this trauma, he gets to watch his brother get in a car crash again, but this time actually die in his arms. Keikyu will never let Yuno or us forget this. Yuno is in a theater, and there's a male figure that Yuno tries to get close to, but keeps disappearing. San would move so frequently that he wasn't able to make friends. When we met Ateez and had to move again, he decided to stay with his friends. So, he might be homeless, which I didn't think about. Or he's staying with Hongjin in that dingy-ass warehouse. Sorry, getting off topic. Here, San is running with all of his might, but isn't moving forward at all. People are also pulling him back. What if, back then, San after defying his parents and going to the warehouse, his friends weren't there? Like Seonghwa and Yosang, Mingi and Wooyoung are paired together for their scenes, which called back to the fact that they're childhood friends, but also have a similar trauma. Mingi had a rough childhood, being insecure about something concerning his parents. He was perceived as a troubled, intimidating bully until he met Wooyoung. Wooyoung had stage fright, meaning he was scared of being watched by others. Until he met Seonghwa, Hongjun, and Yuno. Both feared judgment and how they might be perceived. They're on a stage, surrounded by people watching their every move. Jongho's trauma stems from his injury. He got it from playing basketball and was told he wouldn't be able to play again. The coolest scenes, and equally also the most cruel, is of Jongho on the bed being forced to watch a screen of animals and people running. The words "wake up" flash in one eye. Seonghwa sings "Are you gonna let it repeat it again?" while making an A with his hand. Will Ateez allow themselves to go back to before their starting point, when they were consumed by their deepest and darkest pain? No, because they're built different. They try to fight back against their traumas. Hongjun makes the phones around him float, which is a phenomenon that has happened around him previously.
Something they're not telling us!
A clock hand almost gives Seonghwa a lobotomy while Yosang's watch reads "Obey. Wake up." Seonghwa covers his watch. For the Mingi-Wooyoung pair, we see Mingi pull out his signature headphones to drown out the people. Wooyoung sings into a mic to blast the strangers away. On the stage, Yuno grabs the flannel the figure was wearing and Jongho screams at the screen. We also see Hongjun putting the phone from his wrist in water. At the end of the music video, the boys are in a white room and stand together. The strangers rush them, but they're no longer afraid. Okay, back to speedrunning. We start off with Yuno reading children's birthday wishes, menacingly. We also see Wooyoung and Seonghwa flying, with a bike with wings. This scene with Jongho's reflection in the water looks similar to the scene in Not Okay. He's also seen sitting on a sundial with a Ada Nomons. In his scene, we also see flowers blooming and lots of sun imagery. Noting really to point out besides, wow, look at this little gremlin. And Mingi at a tea party. Wonder what they're trying to tell us here. The ending scene is Wooyoung falling. So the video is pulling a lot of imagery from Alice in Wonderland, the second time they draw from that for a music video. The first time, of course, was Wonderland. The song gives off a carefree, celebratory feel, with them exclaiming that you shouldn't be serious and instead party as if it's your first and last day on Earth. We're back to trauma. We see Yuno with this goddamn CAR again. Take the bus. The members tower over him and the vibes are rancid, oh my god. In the background. What is that? Moving on. I can't unpack that here. We see Hongjun on the Mobius strip. We also see Yosang in theater seats. In the reaction video for this, Mingi mentions that Yosang in the theater seats is the same as the Utopia music video. Overall, the video shows the members mourning their past, watching it slip through their fingers. So I didn't do a lot of explaining while showing the videos, but now that that part is over I can go more into depth. Enjoy the random clips I decided to show here. So first order of business. What exactly is going on here? There was a theory going around that the Japanese releases were from the perspective of Ateez, and you know what, it could be true. But after the release of Not Okay, and then Ashai was questioning it and being like maybe it's mixed, or maybe even it's just Ateez. So really what I'm saying is it's up in the air because you can argue either way. For Hongjun's verse, he says a new world, blow up the old moon. I got a new one full right. Paradigm came out November 2022, after the World EP1. Ateez have brung up the concept of a new world multiple times, but in the first album of the world, they have the song New World. I talk about that song in more depth in the main video, but to summarize, New World is Ateez taking the mantle from Ateez and getting ready to start the revolution. In Paradigm, Hongjun is saying they are the new leaders. Also, he states he has a full moon. A full moon is how Ateez can move through dimensions using the chromer, which connects to this being after answer. When they travel to World Z, Wooyoung in the video has a blue eye, but red hair, which can describe the feelings of the group towards their new mission. Filled with the desire to shape the new world, together they forge a new path. Limitless was released in March 2023, right before the World EP2. In Limitless, we see the members battle themselves, which we can view as them imagining their real selves or Ateez. For the sake of not being confusing, I'll say they're imagining Ateez. Ateez set high standards in how to lead World Z. Ateez and Limitless are seen training and challenging each other. Like real-life Ateez has mentioned, they are competitive with each other and would always try to improve themselves whenever they see another member improving in something. The same is happening here when they first face each other. They're on the same team with the same goal. At the end, they face Ateez, the hurdle they have to overcome in order to truly lead this revolution. They successfully do so, which leads to the song This World, where the subject of imposter syndrome is present. The album The World EP Fin is split in half, with the first half being songs in World A and the second half being songs that go into World Z. World Z songs talk about the individual members' struggles and feelings. Not Okay comes out after this album and similarly showcases the members' individual fears and traumas. In the introduction of the song, they sing about feeling as if they are lost in a maze, but they keep trying to escape. This could point to their trauma that, no matter how much progress they make in their goals, their fears always find a way to pull them back to the start, and they feel as lost as they did back then. In the next verse, they mention that the days feel like they are. Sawa, as the voice in their head, asks if they are going to allow the sameness to continue. The next lines draw comparisons to Sector 1, with both songs referring to the city as gray and wanting to wake the people up with their noise. In Hongjin's verse, he says that the current situation is bringing his stress levels to its limit. The thought of following someone and holding back is making him feel sick. At the bridge, they compare their sound to a wave that can shake the world. They say that this is the moment where everything changes and begins, which, given that the new series happens after this release, is accurate. Birthday is the one I'm the most unsure of. For the other songs, you can argue that they are 90% from the perspective of Ateez. But Birthday is just so fantastical and whimsical. It's so detached in theme from the other Japanese releases. It's also the most colorful, while the other music videos lean more gray, black, red, and white. Birthday has more blues, greens, purple, and yellow. Mingi mentioned it's similar to Utopia. I will move forward with that in mind. Utopia is about the boys envisioning their perfect, dreamlike world. In the We Know Tour performance, we saw that they have burned up this fantasy, and all that's left is ashes. The album comes out in September 2025, after Golden Hour Part 3. To not spoil anything for the future series video, Golden Hour is essentially the boys trying to figure out their purpose. What truly drives them, what matters to them the most. Does their past define them, or is it what they do now? What does it mean to be here in this moment in time? Are fleeting feelings and memories meant to be grasped tightly forever or gradually let go in time? Like ash slipping through your fingertips. The members in the video are reminiscing on the past. Yuno is remembering his brother, and Hongjun, the one who started their journey, is remembering his first meeting with his alternate self. Speaking of Ateez, they are seen in the music video, standing behind Ateez. They look very menacing at first glance, but to me, it reminded me of a funeral where people who were not directly related / close to the deceased would respectfully distance themselves. Ateez are forever connected to Ateez, so of course Ateez would envision them in their memories, even if they have bittersweet feelings towards them. Another possible connection for the two is seen in the lyrics. In the first verse, they mention flowers blooming and dying. This imagery is seen in Birthday. If we assume that Birthday is Ateez and Ash is Ateez, this paints an interesting perspective. Ateez in Birthday represents birth, innocence, beginnings, and celebration, while Ateez in Ash represents death, maturity, endings, and mourning. There's more about the lyrics to point out, but I truly could not find a way to discuss them without talking more about Golden Hour, so I guess put a pin in this.
Hannah Montana.